Through this video, you will understand Dr. Peterson's lessons for life in an easy-to-understand way. After this video, you will be able to apply golden lessons for your daily life, and your results will be visible in the next days, months, and years. We know by experience and observation that the world we live in is chaotic and complex. This is a fact. It is just as if we listen from somebody. This is reality. Get by. Picture a strong and self-confident animal. Now change the scenario and picture a very scared animal. Picture both of their positions, postures, and attitudes towards the world. Studies carried out on animals showed that straight back transmits the message of strength, authenticity, power, and superiority. The study can be applied to the human being reality too. Have you observed a person who is fragile, scared, and vulnerable? We also see a crooked spine, showing the person is scared of facing what is in front of him or her. The straight and postured position is capable of stimulating serotonin, the hormone that makes you feel self-confident and able to stand to the challenging situations that come. It is no coincidence that the superheroes have this in common. Their back, their legs, their head, their face, they all converge to the same message: power and courage. Rule number 1, stand up straight with your shoulders back. Considering a medication is prescribed for 100 people, a study shows that 1/3 of these people buy the medication but do not make the treatment appropriately. Another 1/3 don't even buy the medication. The result is that among 100 people, approximately 33 people take the medication appropriately. The discussion here is not to find the reasons for this result, but to observe that we are not careful with ourselves many times. If a baby very dependent on you is sick, don't you take very good care of him or her? Don't you give the medication at the right time? Don't you observe his or her progress with attention? So, why don't you do the same to yourself? Imagine how incredible wouldn't it be if we took good care of ourselves, going to the doctor regularly, eating healthily, exercising, studying, etc. Rule number 2, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Imagine you have a close friend who has a specific problem. However, it doesn't matter the effort you make to help him out. You notice this friend does not correspond to the effort made, and he keeps finding excuses. The person only wants to keep in the apparent comfort zone of complaint. And worse than that, you keep on the mission to change someone who doesn't want it. That is why this channel is so special and significant. You are not here because you have some kind of obligation. You are here because you want self-development, because you want to be a better person and achieve a higher level of life. Rule number 3, make friends with those people who want the best for you. I remember myself. Since childhood, I was compared to my cousin who was always taller and more beautiful than me. People used to compare both of us most part of the times, especially because we are basically the same age. Then I grew up with this idea of comparison, and I tended to see myself inferior to the others. They were more intelligent, more beautiful, more, and more. Nowadays, with therapy and self-analysis, I came to the conclusion as all of us have our particularities and that doing my best is already enough. Also, I understood that each person from the billions that exist in the world has his or her own history in life. We are our own competitors, not the others. Rule number 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Imagine a little kid at the shopping mall. He constantly screams asking for a new toy. His mom explains to him they can't afford it. The father even apologizes because they can't buy the desired object, even though the kid keeps yelling at them. The reason? He is not used to listening to no's in his life. The reason is their parents are afraid of losing his love if they say no. The kid does not want to eat healthy food, so let's give him some candy and soda since this is what he appreciates. He does not want to sleep in his own bedroom, even being 7 years old. Let's not disappoint him. He can sleep in our room, on our bed. He doesn't want to share his toys. Then we tell his cousins to bring their own toys when they come over. He doesn't want to go to sleep early. He can stay up until late. All his desires are readily done. When he grows up, he becomes a grumpy adult who doesn't have the resilience necessary for a no. His first breakup is a nightmare. His first dismissal is almost the end of the world. All of this because he was not taught for the real world. Rule number 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Can you imagine seeing me on a square screaming, telling people to read books and practice physical activities, trying to convince everybody around to do what is right and good for their health? That would be insane, do you agree? Now, something totally different is if I read books, take care of my mental and physical health, create a YouTube channel, and share the knowledge acquired with my studies in order to help the ones who want help. That is why this channel was created. I became a doer. Now I want to help people to become doers too. Now take this to your own life. Don't you think you want to organize the world even before organizing your own life? Once you change your daily attitude towards the world, people around you will notice right away, and I assure they feel motivated by how you take care of your family, how you search and study to acquire knowledge, and how you take care of your own body. You may not say a single word, but your attitude will say your message out loud. If you know you still need to change many things, focus on them right now and use your energy to make these changes. Rule number 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. I already believed that being happy was my greatest goal in life. Everything used to revolve around it. However, sacrifice and suffering are part of life. It doesn't matter your origin, color, financial situation. People suffer no matter what. Of course, we all want to be happy. However, we shouldn't be so naive to think that this means absence of sadness, sacrifice, anger, disappointment. All this is part of this life. For example, if you want to have a well-paid job, you will have to sacrifice your present in order to create and execute your projects now. You can't have both. If you want to prioritize the formation and growth of your family, you need to deny the lifestyle of a single person who goes to parties with friends and spends the whole money there. The same way, if you want to have your own home, you need to sacrifice full things now in order to save money for the dream. Being happy all the time is not real or natural. Nobody lives like that because it is basically impossible. If you bet someone you know live like this, you are probably making a wrong interpretation of his or her life in the social web. Rule number 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Do you know when that close and lovely friend asks about her new dress? She has just bought it and she's so excited. However, before using it, she asks for your opinion. Do you listen to me? She asked for your sincere opinion. The dress didn't fit well, and anyone can see that. You know she will feel a little disappointed if you tell the truth. But you also know the saying the dress is okay will be a tremendous lie. What do you do now? Many times, we want to convince ourselves that small lies are not real lies. This is already a lie. Rule number 8. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. You don't have to be rude. Dear, this dress may have looked beautiful in the first moment, but as you asked for my opinion, I don't think it valued your body very much. You would fit much better with this and this color, this and this style. She may be angry at the first moment, but you will know she is able to trust your opinion because you are faithful to the truth. Also, most part of our lies occur because we want to please people at all costs, since we don't want to take the risk of not being liked or appreciated. But be careful. This rule is not about shouting your opinions out of the blue without being asked. It is about being loyal to the facts even if you have to pay for the consequences of it. This was one of the first commitments with the creation of this channel. It is not about what most people want to listen to. It is about sharing what I believe indeed. It is about what is really part of my daily life. I actually experiment the things I produce here, and if you are here, I believe you want to be authentic to your thoughts too. At times of hyperstimulation and excess of information, attention seems to be something rare. It is like we are no longer capable to really listen to somebody, their complete sentences and ideas. We are ready to affirm, to defend, to argue, but never to listen. We tend to believe we know more than the others, and because of that, we miss opportunities to learn new things from other perspectives. This is clearly observable in Plato's cave myth. When you take the position of a listener, you will encourage the ones around you to feel comfortable to share really important things. Remember, active listening is an act of courage and readiness to learn. Rule number 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. Imagine a wife who is quieter, less talkative, and when she's asked, she repeats it is nothing. But she looks indifferent. After some hours or days with the same behavior, her husband finally finds out she got angry with the way he answered her in a specific dinner time. That is not an uncommon situation. People deny to specify their problems with clear and honest words. In the situation mentioned, the wife could have avoided some days of anger by communicating, but she didn't. The faster you communicate what bothers you, the faster you solve situations of bad jokes, nonsense comments, and invasive attitudes. Rule number 10. Be precise in your speech. As Bruce Lee used to say, if you don't want to slip up tomorrow, speak the truth today. Now imagine kids playing with their skateboards. They are happy because they are reaching new skateboarding tricks. They are fulfilled for facing those challenges. But then, adults tell them to stop doing that in order to play with something less risky. The kids immediately get bored because there is nothing new to learn and challenge themselves. The point is the skateboard risk is actually acceptable, and stopping them from trying this new possibility to conquer something indicates super protection. Kids, as adults, need to change their own limits in order to learn something. On the contrary, they will turn into adults who are scared of anything new that appears to their lives. Rule number 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. And remember, skateboarding is only a symbolism for the variety of possible things. Michaela, Jordan Peterson's daughter, had a serious problem when she was a little kid. She had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. That was a very hard moment of their lives. Peterson uses their own example to remind us that life is suffering. Bad things can happen regardless of what we plan. This came to me as a lesson when somebody from my family had cancer. It was initially hard to believe it. Then, it became understandable that facing the reality of life is essential to survive. On the contrary, we die even being alive. Bad and good days are part of my life, of your life. Then, when you find any small opportunity to do good things, do it. Show people how you love them. Whenever possible, don't miss the coffee time with your loved friends. Don't let opportunities go away. Rule 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Now that you know the 12 rules defended by Dr. Jordan Peterson, which rule was more significant to you in this very moment of your life? Consider these rules and put them into practice from now on. Remember, you are a doer, and as a doer, you follow your own path to a better life. This is the target. The channel that leads you to be a better person and hit the target to a better life. If this video helped you somehow, then subscribe, click the like button, and share it with a friend. See you later, doer.